And as we all expected, this turned out to be a bad idea. Yes, g'day and welcome to a new video. I'm here on this little section of grass today that I have shown a little bit on this YouTube channel. Today I'm going to catch you up on what's happening with the recovery on the lawn renovation that I did far too late in the growing season. So for a bit of background and to catch you up, I live in southeast Victoria in Australia. In our climate, in March, we're still getting really nice weather. About 2 weeks before I did this renovation, we had 3 days in a row of 38 degrees. So a real heat wave, still warmth in the soil, and things are still looking really good. Now with my warm season grass type, Kikuyu, it thrives the absolute most from around about October to March, even into April, still looking fantastic. My lawn, my back lawn looked maybe the best it ever has, maybe, in May last year. It was absolutely sparkling. But in terms of proper growth and proper recovery from a lawn renovation, there's a certain amount of time that you need to allow and you need to consider depending on your climate, no matter where you are in the world. Timing, depending on grass type, cool season, warm season, whatever it is really important so that it can recover. I did a full renovation on my back lawn that was completed on the 1st of March. And you can see just from this little shot here, it's looking pretty nice out there. I did a mini reno the week before this renovation on my front lawn. That has come back absolutely beautifully. And I just did a tiny top dress on that one, not a full scale reno like this one. And then on the 19th and 20th of March, broken up due to weather, I did a full scalp, scarify and top dress. I didn't aerate, but I did a full heavy top dress on this section. And that is normally what I would have told anyone is too late, but I wanted to do it for a project. This patch of lawn here, I've said before, we have got plans and ideas that we want to put into action, turning this into a really nice feature garden, fire pit area, all that sort of thing. I'm so excited for it. So it was like, you know what, this is not our main section of lawn that we run around on with the kids or anything like that, which is, you know, very fortunate to have. But yeah, so I was like, with this patch, I'm going to do a test, an experiment, and see how it goes. And so as you can see here today on the 19th of April, it's still very patchy, but you know, grown a lot. It is very long in some of these areas here. Got plenty of broadleaf weeds coming through that bow and arrow will tackle nicely. But when it comes to coverage, it's just not there. And so look, this patch of grass did not have any bare areas, nothing. It was thick, it was overgrown, it was thatchy, 100% coverage, it was completely fine. And so something I had always said is, you know, vaguely when people ask, when can you do this in Instagram comments and stuff, I'd always say anytime from October to early March. But really, especially when I'm giving advice to other people, I think I'll definitely bring that back for my climate to February. If you can get it done inside February, then that's fine. So we're still getting that real hot weather up until the middle of March. But, you know, even on my back lawn here, it takes, you know, you'd be back mowing and above 95% coverage. If you follow the right process, I do actually have a lawn renovation guide on lawnsandgoodnick.com, which covers everything on there. And if you follow all those things, you do everything and follow a great process on a lawn that is quite healthy and has good coverage, you should be back to 95+% coverage in sort of 2.5 to 3 weeks. And you'll probably be at 100% if you keep doing the right things after 4 or 5 weeks. Most likely, because there's always going to be those just tiny little bits that just they're a little bit stubborn. So anyway, on this, good process, put out some good products, yeah, and this is where we're at. And I think it's pretty much guaranteed at this point in time. You know, we've got a 14-degree day next week. It's pretty much guaranteed I'm going to have sand patches on here all throughout winter. But I'm still going to be fighting the good fight out here. So what I'm going to do today is tidy up some edges and get my first mow done on here. I'm going to be using that little Ryobi battery mower with the mulching plug in to put the nutrients that's in this beautiful lush new growth back onto the soil, and then I'm going to keep mowing it regularly to try and just push that grass down that is just sticking straight up, push it over, make it spread into those gaps and things like that. I know there's enough rhizomes and that under the soil for it all to be coming back through at some point. So today I'll get the first mow on it, and now we are forecast to have patchy potential rain sweeping across throughout the day. So, and we did have 10 mils of rain last night, so it's still a bit soggy underfoot. So what I want to do is get this mow done right now. And so the next clip you'll see is me spreading some fertilizer, and it'll either be later on this afternoon when hopefully the sun's been out for a bit of the day and dried things out, and I'm happy to spread a granular fertilizer onto that. You want it to be as dry as possible. All right, it's about 4 hours later. It's been an on and off, sunny, cloudy kind of day. Right now, it's not too bad, but I was just eating and I was like, I'm just gonna check the radar. And there's a few decent kind of showers just about to get here, I think. They might just go to the south of us, but I think they're about to clip. So I'm just gonna quickly spread this and then talk to you about it. And hopefully in that time, it might start raining. All right, not a perfect result with that spreader again as well. I talked about in my previous video when I used it for the first time. That's the second time, how you can adjust it from a 6 meter throw to a 2 meter throw, which was what I was trying to do there. But yeah, it just wasn't speeding the fertilizer out properly. It appeared as if it wasn't dropping down because the fertilizer was maybe a bit damp. Not sure, but anyway, back to the drawing board on that. I'm gonna quickly put out some of this lawn beetle grub killer and talk about all of it in a second, because it looks like some rain clouds might just be about to hit. Yeah, that'd be right. It now looks like there's been just a perfect channel of showers both sides of my place that have just missed, so that's just to be expected really. But yeah, the fertilizer I've used there is Lawn Tips Dominate Mini, so it's predominantly high in nitrogen. It's got a bit of phosphorus and potassium in there as well. It's not just a pure nitrogen boost, but definitely that's what I want out of it. And it's not a very good fertilizer strategy at this time of year. It is not a good strategy to try and dump nitrogen on your lawn. It's a time to accept the fact that things are cooling down, the growth is slowing down. It's a much better time to go with some phosphorus and potassium, something like Proliferate. And in my last video, I was using a mixture in different situations, front and back lawn. Check that video out if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, I'm just going at a high rate here, 3 kilos per 100 squares. And then that little insecticide product, I had so much bird activity out here on this area, particularly around that area just there, as well as up next to the fire pit where that time lapse is set up at the moment. And so yeah, through, I don't know if you can really see, but there's some really big divots here, which just defeats the whole purpose of the top dress in some spots. And yeah, I mean, if I really cared about this patch, I would have done a soapy water test properly. I would have made a video out of that probably. I would have got an insecticide on it 2 or 3 weeks ago. I would have, as soon as I noticed any activity, I would have quickly sorted it out. But just maybe shows you a bit of context of where the priorities lie. I'll tell you what was actually really nice about that was a mow and fertilize, not moving cameras around in different spots, talking to camera and stuff. It took me about 20 minutes. It's just a really nice reminder that, you know, especially if coming from recording YouTube videos, working on my back lawn, this hobby does not have to take hours and hours and hours. But yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 days since those first clips. I decided to put in here applying the Lawn Tips Winter Mix, which is what I've done today, and obviously the second mow on this area. With the mowing, what I'm going to do now is, this is at about 30 mil or something, I'm going to bring that up to like 50. I was actually really encouraged by how much growth there has been since I recorded those first clips and did that first mow. It was obviously still a little bit shaggy, but yeah, good growth. And yeah, getting a bit better balance of the nutrients that I'm putting on here with that winter mix, which has got more of that potassium and phosphorus that we want to be doing to aiding the root system at this time of year. So yeah, look, hopefully it's well and truly clear enough at this point of the video that this is a project patch. This is a project reno, and it has been enjoyable at this stage, letting it come up, grow at that 50 mil sort of mark. It's just gonna, especially from a piece of lawn that we, like I said, you know, we're fortunate enough to not rely on it as much. It's not our main yard. And so just when I'm walking to and from the shed, I'm working on my veggie garden, especially when I let it grow up a little bit taller. So the barer sandy patches are not gonna show up for me as much. It's a patch that I can look at and go, oh yeah, some green grass over there, and it's fine, and I'm not fussed about it. And when I come through with some excavators or whatever and rip it all up, it won't matter then anyway. So yeah, I guess from that perspective, it has been a lot of effort for nothing, but a lot of learning from it, hopefully, and hopefully being able to share a lot of learning both here and on Instagram, you know, and you know, having that knowledge for myself, for you guys, that physical on-ground experience, you know, at my place of how this has responded, how it's gone, is, I think, really valuable and beneficial, hopefully, moving forward. So I've got a ton of broadleaf weeds to treat in this area. So look, I'll probably do a follow-up on here in maybe 4 or 5 weeks or something, treat those weeds, maybe do another liquid fertilizer application as we are right on the brink of winter at that point in time, just to show you how it's ticking along. If you are interested in seeing, let me know. I am sorry about this backdrop of this disgusting garden bed you've had to look at throughout the video. I pulled a bit of kikuyu out of there, but again, I don't like the buxus there. I don't want to keep a neat trimmed buxus, especially when it's on the other side of a clear pool fence. So I want to replace them as well. So anyway, it's a dodgy area of the house. Hopefully come back a year's time, even 2 years time, once all of the planting and the gardening's grown through. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful space, and it's served its purpose for now. So yeah, thank you for watching that video. I hope you have learned a lot from it, as I have, and it's been enjoyable to work on. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and all that sort of crap if you have enjoyed it. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.